I forgot to press record on Facebook over here and YouTube. But anyway, we have a world class figure skater that is going to be in the building. We're raising funds because he is going to be in another world class competition. So with that, he is number one in the United States, and he is fourth in Paris. So when I say he international, he is international. And this young man is only 20 years old, doing some great, amazing things. And this is none other than Darius Sanders. So if you are available this Saturday from 3:30 to 6, come out, skate with us, have a good time, take some pictures with Darius, and say, hey, before he would make it really big, I was there. I took pictures with him and sent him on his way because we love to have a great story about the amazing things that we do as melanated people. So, with that, the next announcement is next week. I am hosting my first event with none other than a Lux B Studio, and this event is called the Lux Social. And this is where we're going to network, build, as well as collaborate because it's time for us to rebuild Black Wall Street. And in many cases, we are doing just that. We are doing just that. I always say that we are reliving the 1920s, so it's our time to shine and different things of that nature. So if you are available, come out next week at 358 East 47th Street. Again, that's 358 East 47th Street. And with that being said, I think True is here with the wine, the black on wine. And I'm going to go ahead and open the door for him real quick. So hold on one second as I do that. Because Buddha went to sleep. Buddha went to sleep on me. But that's cool. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? So whole crew y'all coming in. What y'all about to do? Who y'all with? Who y'all with? You here for who? Oh, y'all early because right now it's my show time. No, you good. You good. So y'all early. Just come on in. I thought it was True with the wine, but it wasn't. It was somebody else, but it's okay. It's okay. With that, we're going to go ahead and get right into the show with my lovely guest. Well, not lovely. I'm sorry. Handsome guest, because that's disrespectful. I'll take it. He said he'll take it. All right. That's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself. As I mentioned on my post, we have a guest and a grant opportunity, investment opportunity for us parents, or just someone who would like to be a part of some changes that are coming. So if you are a parent and you have carpooling situations where you need to pick your kids up, or you need to them after school activities, you still at work when your child gets out of school, different things of that nature, this is an opportunity that you want to hear, be a part of. This is a startup company and different things of that nature. So with that, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let Ish introduce himself as well as share the amazing opportunity that he has amongst us. So with that, Ish, go ahead and join us. How you doing? How you doing over there?
I'm good, thank you, Chrissy, and good evening to everybody listening in on FMP Radio. Honored to be here. I really want to commend what you are doing, Chrissy, with getting your networks together, mixing together the people that are already involved in business with the people that need to know about these businesses. Your own commitment to supporting Black-owned melanated business owners is huge. As someone who has jumped into the entrepreneurial scene in Chicago over the last couple of years. A little bit of support, a little bit of platform sometimes is all we need to really take our idea to the next level. And that's the state that I'm in right now, is taking my idea from 5 years ago to literally a global brand. And it takes people like you, it takes thought leaders, it takes people that get up off their butt and actually act and take advantage of the platform that they have in front of them to help us get there. So, introduce myself. I'm a father of four. My wife and I have four kids. The youngest is 7 months old. Three of those four are going to three different schools throughout Chicagoland.
Three different
Three
schools.
different
What?
schools. I am behind the wheel of a car for about 5 to 6 hours every day, depending on what the activity
Oh,
is.
I pray for you. I pray for you. But I remember those days, okay?
Hey, a lot of us have done it. My parents have done it. Sometimes it's one of those days like today where it's snowing out. You got to deal with the elements. Your kids are running late. Somebody didn't like what the breakfast selection was. And then you still got to go to work after handling all of your driving abilities.
Ooh, I
So,
remember all of that. I
yes.
mean, not to say it ain't still going on, but
So a lot of us as parents, we take this responsibility on ourselves and say, hey, look, I had the kid. It's my responsibility. I'm going to go ahead and knock this out, get them where they need to go. Education is important. After school, sports, arts, whatever they're involved with is important. I'm going to take it upon myself to make sure they get to these activities. And we sacrifice ourselves. We
yeah.
sacrifice our own time. We sacrifice our mental health. Sometimes we sacrifice our relationships because we put those kids first.
Yes, absolutely. And don't mind me, but kids are ghosts and we have children. Just an FYI. Okay.
Children, you got it. I'll change that to children. So these children of mine are a very high priority, and I want to make sure they have access to everything without jeopardizing my own mental being, my own 9 to 5, my career, my wife and I's relationships. So as I'm driving my children to and from school, sometimes I'll see other parents that are going to the two schools that my oldest two girls go to. We'll see them on the expressway, and my daughter's in the back seat waving to her friend in another car as we drive the same 20 minutes on the expressway together to the school.
I ain't been there before.
It's a feeling that you have where you're like, I'm pretty smart, but why am I driving along with this other parent driving? We could be taking turns and take some time off from doing this driving.
Yes, absolutely. True carpooling.
Carpooling, old fashioned. Hey, y'all going the same way as me? Put my kid in your car. Let's do this. A lot of us parents are so busy, it's difficult to try to map out who would be a good partner to carpool with, or we don't trust the person, or there's a money issue, or there's a pride issue. For whatever reason, we don't reach out and say, hey, it would make life a lot easier if we alternate who does this drive.
Right.
So I created a platform, Piggyback Network. Socials is at Piggyback Network we're on TikTok, we're on IG, we're on Facebook. And over the last year and a half, I've been recruiting parents to become part of our platform. Driving parents, requesting parents, anybody that's responsible for transportation of a youth 18 and under. Now, this can go as young as some people get off maternity leave after 3 months and have to go back to work.
Been there.
We can match you with somebody that's willing to take that kid.
More like 6 weeks.
6 weeks, whatever it might be. The way the process works, people sign up, www.piggybacknetwork.com. You sign up and you basically let us know what's your daily driving, what's your daily route, where are you going from home to school, school to after school activity, what's your weekend like when you're in season, if your child plays a sport or is in some type of dance performance, what's it look like on a regular basis? You're going to tell Piggyback what your route looks like. We're taking parents whose routes overlap. Somebody's going your way, but you might not know them. You might not know that they live a couple of blocks away from you. You might not know that their child goes to the same school.
I know. It's a practice.
Just in a different grade. I'm gonna get it right. You're gonna get us straight. So what we do is we use technology. We use the fact that the internet, these algorithms, this code can comb through a ton of data and let parents know, hey, look, here's a suggested match. The Brown family needs to really talk to the Jackson family. We can make life a little bit easier if you guys meet each other and start scheduling these platforms to schedule rides together. So I'm a software engineer by trade, and I designed this version of the website that basically brings parents together for carpooling.
Okay.
And it's been growing. We've gotten a lot of attention. This is a time where a lot of families are looking at how can I cut budget? How can I, maintain my sanity? We're giving parents time back, which to a lot of people going through it, that just Thursday off, just a Monday morning off where you know someone else is handling your responsibility and you get to reset, pause, take a break, do whatever it is you got to do.
Some me time.
Some me
That's
time.
why I said to you earlier, where was you at 10 years ago?
I wasn't quite there yet. I had my first child about 10 years ago.
I
And
know it's a practice. It's the
it,
wordplay for sure. I know it's
that's
the
it.
wordplay, but I see you catching
I'm
yourself
trying.
every time. I can
Child.
see you catching
So
yourself.
I was
So
just becoming a parent 10 years ago. I wasn't ready to bring this on, but living these years and seeing what I still have to come. My oldest is 9, so I've got possibly 10 more years of this before she's out of high school. And that's not gonna work. Somebody else has got to do this job. So with the route that we're going, building this out, it started as a solution for myself, going the Chicago streets that I drive, the local schools that we work with, and it's growing. It's growing to a national scale. We're getting a lot of attention. We've got a lot of investors that are looking to back us. We've got a lot of everyday parents that are saying, I work with an after school youth organization, or I'm a principal at a school. We'd love to have the program there. How can I endorse? How can I promote you to the families? And last year was really a breakout year for Piggyback. We've been around Chicago sponsoring events, making sure we're getting our name out there, making sure we're letting parents know, hey, we're here to serve you. We're listening to what you guys need. We want to take the everyday, average Joe and Jane parent and say, what can we do to help make your life a little bit easier, make your child's life a little bit easier, give access to those children that weren't able to attend a certain school or maybe couldn't play a certain sport or couldn't go to a certain arts program after school because transportation was always a hurdle. We want to make sure everybody gets that access to do that.
nice.
And that's the path that we've been on. And when I ran into you and the different entrepreneur circles that we're in, I see other business owners and like-minded people that are supporting and pushing and asking, how can I help? The platform here, being able to speak with your guests, being able to wrap with what you got going on with your networking event next week.
Yes.
We definitely want to make sure people know about us and that we are here to support and here to listen and help parents as they navigate parenting.
Yes. And trust, believe everything that you mentioned in regards to just having that day of just being able to relax. Whoo, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, where were you 10 years ago? Because I could have used your services 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, because I became so um I guess you could say, and this may be for some parents, angry and lashing out, different things of that nature. And it was just because I was tired
Yep.
and overwhelmed, and I need a break for myself,
Yep.
but I can't really take no break for myself because I got somebody looking at mommy, I'm hungry,
Yes.
or laundry got to be done, or I got to be at work, and different things of that nature. That takes a toll on women in general, even if you are in a relationship, because you still are catering to your spouse or your partner as well. And they are dependent on you for certain things and vice versa. But it's still just like, oh my God,
Definitely.
I need a day to myself.
Definitely.
So,
And the nurturer needs to be nurtured sometimes.
absolutely.
You need that break. You just knowing that you have a free day with nothing planned for that morning or that afternoon, or if you want to take a whole week, just knowing that that opportunity is there and it's something that's affordable and something that you have a trusted parent who's going to do your drive for you. That's what we're trying to build. Build up that parent network, build up that community network to help empower them to be part of a solution for those parents that can't afford to use Uber every time they got to get their child
Because
somewhere.
Uber off the chain.
And the cost is going up, and they know they have people in a chokehold because the convenience is there because
It is.
everyone's got it on their phone. We don't necessarily want to combat the Uber model, but we want to make our platform available to parents of every income level. And we have a reward system. When you drive as a piggyback driver, you're going to earn points, our piggyback point currency, where you can turn around and use it to send your child. So it can actually work out so that you're net zero on your monthly cost for using piggyback. That's something unique about it. We're a for profit company, but we're not out to gouge parents and take advantage of those who are with the pandemic. A lot of
I say pandemic.
the pandemic.
The pandemic.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
definitely a lot of people profiting from just the vulnerability of parents and taking
Or people
advantage of
in
parents.
general, the sick, the
Yep,
elderly,
yep,
all of the above, the
yep.
naive.
Yes, definitely. So we're seeing that, and we want to make sure we help families that are up against the wall, that are just they don't have many options. Their pockets are tight, and they want a way to still engage with their families, still give their children the best opportunities, but they're looking for something to get out of it. And breaking that cycle is something we set out to do from the beginning. We want to make sure the platform is accessible to everybody. There are no boundaries as far as what our routes look like. If a
Okay.
parent is driving from Indiana to
I'm glad you brought
Hyde
that
Park,
up.
that becomes a route that's available. So as long as someone's already driving that route, there are no boundaries, there are no zip code boundaries. We are coast to coast, a national service. Our background checks are national. Everything we offer through the platform can be applied to any zip code, any city, any state. And that's one of the things we wanted to make sure stood out about us. We're not singling out this area or this city or this suburb or this state. We want to roll out at a national level and make sure our marketing reaches everybody, because we know these parents are not unique to a certain city, to a
Right.
certain geography, and things like that. So another opportunity that we created for ourselves as we started this, we went live August of 2021. We wanted to make sure we have the opportunity to allow our friends and family to invest and be part of the equity shared within the company. So, as we started researching on ways to do that,
Uh-huh.
we came across platforms like WeFunder, like Seed at the Table, where there are SEC guidelines that allow these platforms to let everyday individuals invest in startup companies that they support. So we are now hosting a fundraising campaign on WeFunder. It's www.wefunder.com/piggyback network, one word, piggyback network. That's the URL. If people are interested in checking out the investor website, the details to our raise, finding out ways that they can support us, not just by signing up and being a member of Piggyback as a carpooling family, but also the dollars that come through the investment side. Those dollars help us grow as a business, help us to pay our marketing, help us to build out the platform, to build out the application. When we do our product launches, we are thankful for the people that have invested with the first round last year, and definitely appreciate the people that are investing so far with our second raise. And we want to make sure we target the same communities that our customer target is with the investment target. We don't
Okay.
necessarily want to go to people that are already wealthy, people that are sitting on a lot of money, those venture capital type firms that you see on Shark Tank. They are anxious to get in on this. We fit the model that they want to support, that they want to financially back. We cross off a lot of the things on the checklist that make this a
A unique
desirable, yeah,
yeah.
exactly, a unique situation, desirable, scalable venture. But we want to give people that we know, that we are in our communities, that are supporting us day in, day out, that opportunity to invest early before we get to round that it becomes less, less expensive.
Yeah, it
So
becomes more expensive.
exactly, exactly.
So I'm glad I want to just go back on a few things, because you did say that this is you're in the United States right now, right?
Correct.
So if I so is there, because we are right here at the border, different things of that nature. Do you have a lot of travelers from Indiana that come to Chicago?
So we've run across it before where a family has tried to get a transportation van or paid service to get their child from point A to point B. And that service is told them we don't cross state lines. So
Okay.
because you guys live in Indiana and your child goes to school in Chicago, we can't service that family. So we wanted to make sure when we heard those instances, we let the families know there's no border cutoff where our children can't go a certain number of miles or cross this
Right.
border county to county. Whatever the existing route is that a parent needs to ride, that becomes the request and that becomes the offering route.
Okay, good. And I'm glad you answered that because I know in most cases that'd be the number one thing. Where is my child traveling to?
Yeah.
Because we know how Uber is set up. Well, I don't know if they're still doing it, but we know at one point you can have multiple stops before you actually get to your
Yes.
destination.
Yes.
So I'm glad you brought that up because that, of course, is a concern for most individuals. And with what you're sharing is that there's just one stop or maybe two
Yep.
based off of the route of the location, and that parent is aware of those stops, or how does that go
Sure.
in regards to um, the back office of
Sure.
things?
So the way we do our matches, a family is going to be able to say, my child gets out of school at 3 o'clock. We want them to be home by 3:45. They'll give us the time constraints that they allow. So if we have an offering ride that says I can take that child from school to home, but I'm gonna make a couple of stops and get there by 4 o'clock, that won't match because that's too late. The child,
That's too
the
late.
parent wants the child home earlier than that, so that match wouldn't work. We would need somebody that's saying I'm going directly from school to their house to do this drop off, and that would be a potential match for that family. We've gotten stories where a family lives 7 minutes from a school, but because of the route of that school bus or that van service, they drop everybody else off before they get to that school, and that child is riding on that bus for over an hour, just
What?
sitting and making every drop. Or sometimes buses will go to multiple schools and do the pickups before they start the drop offs. So you're picking up at school one, picking up at school two, then you turn around and start dropping the children off
That's
at
so
home.
backwards.
And it's a numbers game. Those buses have to be profitable. They got to get as many children in
It
seats as they can,
rise.
and that's not the game that we want to play. We want to say, hey, look, we want to make it advantageous for your child to get home as early as possible. When I first started at my daughter's school, we had a request from a mom who was trying to get her eighth grade son home early enough to study for his eighth grade entrance exam to high school.
Uh-huh.
And the problem was he was taking the train home after school, public train, and he'd get home too tired. It's so late, it's dark, he
Right.
wouldn't be able to study. And the mom was concerned. So she said, can Piggyback find him a driver so that he gets home in time to study? We couldn't find him a driver within a couple of days. So I said, I'll take my time and personally drive him home. So I met the mom. She followed us the first route. I drove home with them. She saw how I drive. Everything was good. The ride was about a 25-minute drive, and it cost her $12. So she's looking at the price like this is definitely worth it. So every day I drove the child home, and he got home early enough to study. He ended up getting a perfect score on that test, and was able
Wow.
to pick which high school he wanted to go to.
That's
So
important.
just being able to make that change in that family's life and see him go off to the school he wanted to and be able to impact them. She was able to get a second job because now she didn't have to worry about how he was getting home and support the family and all of these different just improvements off
Them
of
little small adjustments.
just one move like that, just small adjustment. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought up the cost in regards to her trip was $12 in total just for the drop off at home.
Just a one-way drop off. Yep.
Okay. So what is an average cost? Say someone may be coming from 111th and they may need to travel towards the
Sure.
north side of Chicago. What would be like that average cost for that parent to and from?
So a lot of people have asked that, and I actually put on our website, we have a public page where people can put in their actual address, the time of day, and the day of the week that they're traveling, and
Uh-huh.
they can calculate their exact cost on the piggyback ride. So
Nice.
that's going to be www.piggybacknetwork.com slash
Piggybacknetwork.com. Okay.
piggybacknetwork.com slash pricing, pricing. And you can actually calculate your route from address to address, the time of day, and the day of the week. For myself, we live near Morgan Park High School in the Beverly Morgan Park area. It's a 57-minute drive for 17 miles to drop off my daughter on the north side. That trip cost about $15 on piggyback. So fifteen
That's just
dollars to save an hour
okay.
of my day. Yeah,
And that's just the two. That ain't including the
that's
back.
one. That's one way. Yeah,
That's
that's a
just
one
one
way.
way. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's an average of what, $30 a day?
If I wanted to do it and avoid that ride, that'd be $30 to go to not get dressed and burn all that gas and sit in all that traffic. To,
And on it, right. The
yep,
gas, cost of gas.
cost of gas. Yes, we had
And then the stop of snacks.
everything that goes with it. We've had everything from I got to pull over and go to the bathroom to can we go to Target and get some grapes? Whatever happens in the car that just delays you on a regular basis. So
Yeah, all of those things.
yeah, yeah. And we've been just fortunate just finding out different benefits to the service. There's a mom that lives a couple of blocks from us, and her daughter goes to the same school as my daughter. And she was pregnant. She was about to take off maternity leave, and she asked, "Hey, I'm not going to be driving to work for 3 months. Can you guys take my daughter into school?" It was the perfect situation. We said, "Yeah,
Right.
no problem." She saw the cost and that benefit of not having to put the baby into the car and all these different aspects, and she said, "Yeah, that's a no-brainer." And she became a great, loyal customer to Piggyback and taking advantage of the ride. So as we provide that type of service for everyday lifestyle activities, children are split between mom and dad, sometimes at mom's house, sometimes at dad's house. They're flexible situations that children need to be going to an after school program during this season and they switch sports and go to another location for the next season. It's meant to mimic real life situations for parents.
Yeah, yeah. I love everything about it. So I see that we have True who finally came in the building with the wine. I need a cup. No. And with that, of course, I want to. Do you drink wine?
I do drink wine.
Okay, so I want to get a cup so that you can try his wine.
Excellent.
Shout out to True. Thanks for coming in. But I wanted to just touch on just one other thing and share the information about the investment opportunity. And you know what? We're going to take a break first. And we're going to get you some of this wine because, as I said, it's amazing. And then when we come back from break, I want you to be able to answer that question in regards to the investment opportunity, and just share a little bit more details because I know you got more information that, you know, I'm not I'm privy to, but I ain't going to say it the same way that you are.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha.
with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick music break, and I'm going to see if one of my lovely co-hosts, who is currently not here at the moment because of snow reasons and different things of that nature. Shout out to Jazzy and the 66-footer Shireen. We will be back. They will be back next week. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to get some true wine in my cup, and we'll be right back. It's your girl, Chrissy the Heartbeat.
Yeah, how y'all feeling? Great now. Vibrations have showed up.
Took a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that my grandma, she starts growing in Louisville, Mississippi. And then whatever she has, like as far as like the seed wise left over,
Yeah.
she ship it to me and I grow it.
Okay.
I grow it in Naperville.
That's dope. And that was one of the questions I had. I know people grow in like Michigan, Pennsylvania, there, but I didn't know anywhere local in Chicago where people actually.
Yeah, you really got it. It was hard to get it. It took me like almost 4 years to get like approved for it.
Right. That's dope, man.
It's either you do it your way or you get a distributor.
Yeah.
We want to do it our way.
It's
In order for me to get what I invested and still make it a reasonable price for everybody, I had to do it myself. Right. So I don't mind taking time and taking them.
I'm gonna get you on the app talking about it. So shit here.
Yeah. That's a lot of people need to hear that. You do it your way, and you don't have to have somebody pushing down a.
Is that a refrigerator?
Yes.
Full? Is it full?
I don't know.
You got space. Put some in.
Yeah, these are. Should have been. I didn't chill any of these.
Just remember, we taking those when we leave up out of here.
I know.
Just the two. Is it?
Yeah, that's it.
You say you had cash, right? Or,
Yeah, it is.
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go to truewinechicago.com. I can't. Oh, okay, connection. Yeah, right.
Oh, it's Verizon and AT&T. They don't work inside here.
They don't get along.
No, they just don't work in.
The whole building or just the room?
Just the room. It's just.
She use your hotspot.
It's rude as hell. It's just rude. Alright, this is the last song.
So this is just unpause in the playlist. Let song go as many as you want and then jump back on.
I'm probably gonna see you by the night if you look on it. I'm quick at putting people on websites.
Oh, speaking of that. I mean, I know, but I was just confused. Like, wait, is it true word? Because that's what I know it was at the beginning. But then I'm like, now he changed it to true wine. Well,
no, the wine is true wine, but the brand inside is true wine.
True word. Okay, see, I ain't.
Everything's under the true umbrella.
Okay.
Even popping up podcasts on the true. It just don't say true. So.
I got it.
But the host is true.
Yeah, this is good. I am gonna make some of my blueberry yum and it's that fire.
put everything on one umbrella. It costs a little bit more.
You do the series LLC?
Yeah. I didn't want to keep just that. I'm like, man, you know what?
I looked into that for some of the real estate that I got to put it all under one series as opposed to getting each one individual.
I'm actually, I got one more thing to add to my business, which is I'm trying to, in like a year and a half, I'm gonna try to buy a club or open one. Yeah, that's my next one. True nightclub. I don't know, it might not say true nightclub, it might say true something else, because it's already a true nightclub. But that's one of my next steps. We'll see.
I came out of college and a lot of the promoters kept bouncing from club to club. I was asking if it was very difficult to kind of get our own spot, so they don't have to just rely on a host inviting them to promote there for a couple of nights a week, a couple of weeks a month. And I never really saw people pull off getting their own location.
The main thing is the liquor license, and Illinois is only $8,000. So you get that.
That's all.
All you gotta do is sign your event space now. You can turn anything into a club now. This big ass warehouse. Like,
literally.
Honestly, I've been doing my homework in this building. I went upstairs when I went and got a package for them. Matter of fact, this thing is in there. And so I'm like, hey, y'all got any spots? They're like, it's bigger than some nice size. They took me to the back, and it's like a big ass little nice small warehouse in the back. 2,400 square feet.
How much you want for it?
1,400.
Get the fuck out of here.
I kid you not.
I mean, I believe you, but
I kid you not. And you know how they run up in here. Like, you do what the hell you want to do up in here.
I know.
The Casino Magic. Magic's got a liquor license.
Really?
Yep. He was just partnering with some people up north. They pulled the partnership. They didn't like the way they were handling, but he's got a liquor license.
Yeah, see.
He gonna be the featured business that I'm doing next week. And of course I would like for you to be the second one, but if we can't, I just do it next month.
You got a card on you?
It's the last one?
Yeah.
You excited for New York? I'm not, because I'm tired.
That's
the only reason I ain't excited.
Yeah, and everybody don't even know about it either, so I ain't gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I need some rest. I'm sorry. Say less.
Yes. All right. We are back from that nice music break, and we got the wine going over here because True Winery is in the building, and this is, of course, my sponsored wine of the year. You know, because it's just that good. It's just that good, and I'll tag how you could purchase his wine as well. He does have some great opportunities. If I'm not mistaken, True, you on your website, you got a whole wine bar and stuff like that. You know, come on and hop on the mic real quick and just.
What's up, y'all? This your boy.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Shout out to everybody that's here. But yeah, the unlimited wine bar, you'll get my fountain that I send out. You get a waitress with it, either myself or a woman or another guy, whichever one you prefer. You also get a tray of sub sandwiches or two, and then there's a lot more other stuff you can get with the unlimited wine bar, and you get it for 4 to 5 hours, so unlimited wine. And so,
I mean, you can't beat that. And how much is that?
500.
500 for unlimited wine bar for 4 to 5 hours.
And trust me, you won't run out.
I
ain't spent all these years for no reason.
So
I'm still making to this day. Like,
yes.
I don't stop making this stuff.
So how long have you been making wine? And then we're gonna get right back into the conversation about that investment opportunity and different things like that.
I'm gonna stick around for that. Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you brought the wine. Why would we ever say no to that? You know.
Yeah. So as far as the business aspect, the behind the scenes part, it took 4 years, but production part only 2.
Okay.
If I want to say with the growing such and such and blah blah blah.
The growing of the brand and different things.
And the stuff that.
Or the ingredients.
And my thing is, I'll give you one of the main ingredients. You need a lot of yeast. And y'all can look that up if y'all want to. But you need.
Now, if you a baker, you know what that is for.
Yeah. So, you need a lot of that. And so yeah, it production wise 2 years and full business wise 4. And so now we up and running, and hopefully next year I'll bring out a white wine.
Ooh. Well, thank you for the bottles, that you brought in today. We are trying a different flavor, and this is the Desiree True.
Yep.
The Desiree True, and this is just as good as the other one. So what's the difference between the two?
Cognac and whiskey.
Cognac and whiskey. Okay,
Yep.
so the Desiree True has the whiskey in it.
Correct.
All right, so the other one we've been drinking on has the cognac.
Yep.
Noted. Okay, so I know that I have different listeners tuning in as well as my co-host. So ladies, next week, we got the cognac version or the whiskey version, whichever one you are looking to try. They're gonna be in the building either way. So we're gonna jump back in and wait before we do that. True, let people know how they can get in contact with you if they're interested in purchasing a bottle of wine, and different things of that nature, or the wine bar for $500.
Okay. Or you can book everything at truewinechicago.com, or you can hit us up on Facebook, True Winery, Instagram, True Winery. And then that's about it, really. TrueWineChicago.com basically gives you the full details. So.
Okay, now people like myself, we know that there's the correct way of spelling true, and then the Ebonics, Urbanics version. So the Out West 290 way. So just make sure you let everyone know how to spell true, because me, I'm over here. You TRU,
yeah, okay.
But I know it's TRUE. Different things.
So
of that
the
nature.
website is TRUEWINE. Chicago. I hope y'all know the Chicago. .com.
Did you have something to drink?
Yeah, I did actually. TrueWineChicago.com, and again, True Winery on all social media. So that's TRUEWINERY. So
nice.
Y'all can get it. And then
whichever way you can get it.
Yeah, and also y'all can hit up Chrissy. If y'all love Chrissy, y'all can hit up too, because she connected. So.
I mean, I'm the Heartbeats, Chrissy, the Heartbeats, which you can find on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube. And that is Chrissy with a K, the Heartbeat, KRISSY, the Heartbeat. And as I like to say, you can't live without the heartbeat. You can't do too much without it. You can get a fake what's the thing called? I can't
Pacemaker.
Yeah, you get a fake pacemaker, but it ain't gonna be the same. You gotta have the original. But thank you for bringing the wine to my guest Ish. How is the wine, sir?
So I had to read the ingredients on it. This is pretty sweet stuff. It's infused with orange, with lemon and lime. It really goes down nice. I'm a white wine drinker. I don't usually go for red, but this is a pretty good red wine you got going on, True. And just the conversation behind the scenes, just getting to know each other. First time I'm meeting them, but I really love Chrissy's network and who she brings together and the like-minded people. We're back here talking about LLC creations and ways to support and exchanging cards behind the scenes. And this is a beautiful spot to be in and beautiful time to be in it. So appreciate you again.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm appreciative of the both of you all for entrusting me in different things of that nature. As a business operations specialist, that is what I do. I connect people in regards to just who they are, what they do, and also a part of my own mission that I have in life. And as I was telling you earlier, I have a Legacy 7 challenge, which is 7 things that I have to accomplish for myself in order to be able to leave generational wealth for my children's children's children. So I'm currently at 4 of those 7 things checked off. And these are just simple things that's, being a real estate owner or a property owner. And in most cases, you could be a homeowner, but you may still have that mortgage. So you really still connect to the bank. Being a business owner, choosing to eat healthy and exercise, just to name a few things. And I'm being intentional with doing those things so that I can have a longer life. Because, as you may see, I don't look my age. But I know that ultimately I have a mission and a purpose, and that is to be able to leave generational wealth for my children's children's children. Because if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for them. So it's up to me. And being the oldest, not only as my mother's oldest, but my grandmother's oldest grandchild. So it's a lot of responsibilities of being the leader, and don't take it not take it even further of being the sign that I'm born under and different things of that nature. We just natural born leaders and pioneers. So it's a lot. But I want to go ahead and get back to Ish and the Piggyback Network. I believe right before our music break, my question was more so related to the investment opportunity that is available and how an investor can get involved. So, can you share that information? I know you shared a little bit earlier, but can you dive in just a little bit deeper so that everyone knows if this is something that is meant for them? And well, for me, it's a no brainer, but people may have their issues or whatever the case may be. But please
Sure.
go ahead and share the opportunity and different things of that nature.
Sure. So Chrissy is speaking mostly from experience. She was part of about an hour-long presentation I gave to 15 individuals earlier this month on exactly what the investment opportunity has. I've put a lot of facts, a lot of data in it because it's an opportunity for me as a business owner to educate our community on ways to get involved in supporting businesses and ways to grow our money and ways to not just let money sit in a savings account, in an investment account, in an IRA account, even real estate. These are ways when you see a business that you feel like is on the verge of exploding. If you look at a lot of people with wealth, with like really deep pockets, they are involved in venture investments, venture capital investments. If you look at what Serena Williams did when she retired from tennis, she started a venture capital fund. That fund is a way to pick out businesses that look like they have the potential to skyrocket, to scale, to become humongous global brands and be something that, the masses are going to support, that the revenue is going to fly in once things take off. With this creation of Piggyback, we are in an opportunity to invite people in at the very earliest stage, the seed stage of a company. We have our concept, we have our product that's out, the website that's out. We're building our partnerships, we're building our momentum, we're working with different organizations, we're getting government agencies to understand what we're doing and what we're building, school districts to understand what we're building, cities, mayors, governors, a lot of different people that are hearing what we're doing with carpooling and getting behind what we're doing, asking us how can they help. On the flip side, we want to make sure every individual in our network, in our radius, is aware that they can become an angel investor in the company. That means you get the first dollars in, and once we have an exit, which is either getting acquired or going public, your money multiplies. If everybody is to Google right now, what is the expected return for a seed investment? Seed investment is the earliest you can get in a startup company. Most ventures will invest in a company where they see the potential of their dollars going 100 times what they put in.
Okay.
That means if I put in $1 investment, I expect $100 to return from that. There's very few investments out there that are going to make your money grow that much. But this early stage investment is what seed investors look for. They look to see, is this scalable? They look to see, does the team work? Is this the right person to bring something like this to the market? And we find ourselves in the position that we're checking off a lot of those boxes amongst these venture capitalist firms. They see what we're doing, they see the background, they see my technical standing, they see the fact that I'm a parent, that we've done the research, that we're in these communities that we want to serve, and they're getting anxious. They want to invest. They are lining up to say, we are available as soon as you cross this mark, as soon as you hit this milestone, we're available to invest. We're keeping them at bay. We're holding them back saying, hey, we want to get our first dollars from the people that support us. from everyday individuals trying to take advantage of this opportunity to go through these platforms like WeFunder and have everyday individuals invest as little as $100. We're definitely hoping for more, but we want to give everybody a shot at entry at getting in on this because there's a staggering number of people in our Black communities that do not own any investments, do not have 401k, do not have any mutual funds, do not have any dollars in the market. And we'd like to be responsible for bringing 1,000 net new people to owning these tradable assets.
1,000.
1,000. We've got 150 from our previous raise earlier this year or last year.
I'm gonna say this year just started, but anyway.
Last year we were able to raise between October of 2021 and June of 2022. We were able to raise our first $180,000.
Nice.
And that's amongst 150 people. Grateful for everybody that contributed there. We're still in touch with those investors. They've got a contract that states this is what happens when we cross that mark and get acquired. Their money's going to go from this point to that point, and we're offering that same equity opportunity right now. Again, that's at WeFunder.com.
WeFunder.com. Now, is there a backslash?
Piggyback Network. WeFunder.com /Piggyback Network. And because this is such a new concept, I'm offering these education sessions that, like I mentioned, Chrissy was part of the first one. And we want to make sure everyone is aware of opportunities out there, that we're not the only company that's out there raising money on these platforms. There's companies you can search for. If you own a business, you can actually host a campaign to have people invest in your company. So we're actually talking to business owners as well to say, not every dollar has to come from your account. You don't have to necessarily mortgage your house. You don't necessarily have to look for a rich uncle. A lot of the people in my advisory space are saying, quit your 9 to 5, go full time with Piggyback, and it'll make investors see you're serious. I can't quit my 9 to 5 because I got bills. My bills aren't going to stop. My children need to eat. My wife and I committed to this plan of having me still work while we build this up until we hit a critical point, till that revenue actually supports what I've been doing on my career side, which is on the IT side for the last 19 years. It's hard to replace that salary. So while we're building this up, we want to do this our way. We want to set the pace. One thing that we were mentioning with True earlier, it's about owning your process. You do it your way, and you get to determine how you do it because you have that authority, and you haven't become a yes man to the people that are now owning your process. We still own our process. We're doing it our way. We choose to reach out to the public, to people within our network, to people within our network's network, to become investors in our company, angel investors, and help see us past that next phase.
Nice. And I just appreciate that you touched on something in regards to many individuals are not aware of the equity opportunities. And you mentioned 401ks. Now, many people invest into 401ks through their business, and someone like myself, I invested into it, but I had no idea what I was investing into or different things of that nature. I was just doing it because that was the norm or the standard. I was just following the tradition of, okay, everybody's doing it, so I might as well do it too, right? But we saw that when the pandemic hit, and not even the pandemic, but prior to that, in 2008. We saw that the 401k didn't really mean anything, So I'm glad that you shared that information because I think that's very important and for us to learn how to build our portfolios and have a full understanding. So when will be your next class or orientation to be able to break that down? Just a little bit more about your opportunity.
Sure.
And then maybe, I know for me, once I was sitting there just learning about what it was and the behind the scenes and the equity and comparing Shark Tank and different things of that nature, it just opened the door. So let the individuals know when the next opportunity will be outside of Tuesday, next week at Luxby Social.
Sure.
At 358 East 47th Street. This will be the Lux Social again. That starts at 6 Doors open at 6 and it's till 10. But, in regards to the next opportunity where you can share some information with those who are interested in investing.
Sure. So a lot of what I've been doing is hitting up private groups. I just spoke at the University of Chicago's law school earlier this week to one of their entrepreneur classes and
Nice.
gave them pretty much the same pitch that I'm giving my public. We also have a group called the 10K Project. 10K Project is a very special group of mostly people of color where their mission is to educate investors on everyday Black-owned businesses. They have a pitch most Tuesdays of the year where they are allowing Black-owned companies to come through and pitch their audience. A lot of their
I need
audience.
this information. I don't know
Yeah,
about y'all.
the 10K Project is the name of them. Their Instagram is at Black 10K Project. We will be pitching to their group. It's a private closed thing for members only on Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 31st of January. And we pitched them last year and was able to get a lot of great feedback. They are very seasoned question answers and they've seen pitches before. They help tune our presentation to be where it needs to be. And now,
Nice.
this second year around, we are definitely prepared to give them our updates and hit them with the milestones. So those two occasions are already locked in, as well as the Black Women's Professional League. I will be speaking with them this Friday. One of the groups I've become part of sponsorship and just helping network with them here in Chicago.
Nice.
So I'll be working
I'm a part of the current class,
Congratulations on that induction.
C6, in the building.
Yeah, definitely big props to what Reese has put together with that. With
she an Aries too. Aries gang.
Definitely. So I've arranged those pitches to those groups individually, but I've also set up a series of virtual education sessions. If you follow us at piggybacknetwork.com, you can find the different sessions going on. We're pretty much doing one a day from now through mid-February to try to get as many as 15 people in the Zoom call. Keep it small, keep it intimate, keep it so that people are comfortable asking questions.
Yeah.
But if you find a slot that works for you, a time of day that works for you, we want to get this message out to as many people as possible as an education first. And then secondly, if you feel compelled to invest, if you've got the money that you can, risk giving us a portion of it and helping us grow, we definitely love to see that. If you're a business owner, you just want to know about the process. Most of what I'm sharing, I'm just learning about within the last year. This is not something that I went to school for. This is not something that I woke up one day and said, I know everything about this. As I learn it, I'm sharing it with the public. I'm making sure everybody is aware of this. And I'm open for any questions, any type of conversation. You can reach me at my email is concierge, CONCIERGE at piggybacknetwork.com. And
I will leave that on my Instagram and Facebook because somebody ain't gonna spell it right.
We can do that, and then also you can follow us at Piggyback Network. You can follow us on socials and just reach out with the question. A lot of this stuff is coming from the DMs. Like people hit us up. They don't want to do anything public. They don't want to ask anything public and feel slightly embarrassed about not knowing things. I am, without a doubt, ignorant to a lot of things. I will come out and say I do not know everything, but I wake up 4 in the morning most days and I just go dig. I just go just research. I try to learn. I try to educate myself. And as I educate myself, I want to share that with as many people that are hungry, that want to know this, that want to change the world, and just do it, one day at a time.
Nice. Now, with that, I know you are officially launching this opportunity next month during Black History Month. And what will be the overall time period that someone will be able to make that investment before you do go out to become public, based off of those who you currently have at bay?
Sure. So our current, what Chrissy's referring to as far as going public, on WeFunder's website, there's a point where someone can log onto the website and search for a company, search for Piggyback, search for Carpool, and our platform campaign will show up. We aren't to that point yet. We have a certain milestone we have to hit. We have to raise our first $50,000 before we become searchable. So right now, our only access is that direct link that I mentioned before. That's wefunder.com/piggybacknetwork. Until we cross that and go public, that's the only way to get to our campaign.
So you got to raise 50,000.
We got to raise our first 50,000 before we're able to be searchable that way. So
okay, that should be more obtainable.
Yeah, I think we got it in these users tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what she means by going public. And that date that we set to hit that milestone is, I believe, February 15th. Once we hit that date and hit that mark, we'll be searchable on WeFunder. And that's important because that means people outside of our network, outside of our circle, can see our platform, can see the progress that it's making. We're really putting Chicago on the map. We're putting everyday community entrepreneurs on the map, everyday parents that are trying to get their transportation needs met on the map, and it helps us grow.
Yeah, I just love it. Everything about it. So I'm just gonna take it back just a little bit because I know you gave the example of if they gave $1, that makes it $100. So I'm gonna be, a little naive and ignorant. So if I invest $250, what will be my return of investment?
So the hardest thing about this process is people want to know, if I give you this money, when am I getting it back, and
right.
how much is it going to be?
That part.
I can't say for sure either one of those. there's no guarantee that the investment's going to provide a return. There's no guarantee when. But what we're looking at is traditionally the companies that do well, that are able to scale, that are able to get everything right, which we believe we're on the path of. When we Google this and look for a typical return, we're looking at companies typically have a payout between 5 and 10 years. And that earliest seed investment, investors are expecting a 100 time return on their money for the
100 times?
100 times for the seed level. And that's, if you look at your popular shows like Shark Tank, that's later than seed for most of those. Most of those companies have proven revenue, have been in the market for a few years. So the return, once you're at Series A, which those Shark Tank shows is typically between 3 and 5 times what the investment was.
Okay.
So think of that drop from 100 times at the seed level to 3 to 5 times your investment once it's later in the game. I want to get us at the table earlier in the game so that people are able to take their investments, and if it doesn't work, it was not something that was keeping the lights on. It was not their mortgage payment. This was extra money that they were going to blow in Vegas or take a trip to Mexico.
The case
There's so many people taking trips to Mexico. Stop going to Mexico and invest in Piggyback just for 1 year.
Hey, Mexico is on my trip.
Everybody's trying.
Hey, it's about the currency. The currency doubles out there when I take my American dollar, okay, and then I come back. I agree. So that's a whole another conversation right there.
I definitely agree there. But it's about setting that goal. If it's wealth people are after, we have to look at the ways that the wealthy actually reach their wealth. What we have privy to is not the full picture.
Okay.
What we're being told, put your money in this, put your money in that.
Or spend a check to how the music is. Spend a check and I'm going to get it right back. No, you're not.
I've got so many opinions about it. I am probably the cheapest person that you know, and I make a lot of money. But I do not like to spend. I do not like to show it. But I want people to come to the mindset of, if you plant that seed in something you believe in and something that you believe has growth, that reward is huge. And the people that are taking advantage of that are not in our communities right now.
Absolutely, because we're naive. We don't know.
I want to definitely educate, let people know that it's out there, that these opportunities are out there. Even if you don't invest in Piggyback, just know that WeFunder is out there. You can jump on the wave of virtual reality companies. You can jump on the wave of Airbnb investments. There's real estate investments. There's all these different things. Read through the company's profiles. Find out ways that you can contact the company to ask questions, and put your money where you believe these companies are really going to improve. And I would love if our barbershop conversations and our nail shop conversations are about investments such as these, and not necessarily the conversations that we're having now about whoever the latest celebrity is that smacks somebody in the mouth.
Lord, like Speaking of that, I did a barbershop conversation, even though this is amongst men, different things of that nature. I'm the person that's behind the scenes and different things, making sure the tech things are set up right, different things of that nature, doing the catering. But we did a barbershop tour. The first one was at True Blaze on 103rd. And it was just a great experience in regards to just being able to see men communicate about the different issues that are at hand, but then also providing solutions to those issues. And this was the elders. I would say there's a difference between an elder and then the old people. There's a difference between the elders and the old people. The elders are the ones that are passing down the wisdom. The old people is the one that's talking that shit.
Ain't got shit to lose.
It ain't got shit to lose, okay? Because they don't understand. Just make note of that. But anyway, I'm doing another one in February on Monday, February 20th, which will be President's Day. And it will be here on the west side at AJ Styles Barber and Beauty Salon. I can't remember the exact address right now off the top of my head, but I know it's off of North Avenue. So over here on the west side, different things of that nature. If you are following me on Facebook, Instagram, you will see the information about the flyer because I'm constantly promoting it and different things of that nature. So with that, that will be a good conversation for you to be a part of if you're available to come and join on the west side. We back, on some 290 shit. But I am going to different areas. So this is something that I'm doing once a month. Again, I'm the person behind the scenes, but I'm, of course, as a woman, allowing the men to lead because that's what y'all are supposed to do. I am not supposed to be in my masculine energy, and I don't want to be. But that's a whole nother conversation in itself.
That's good. Yeah, that's beautiful. Take the conversation to where the conversations are at. I love that idea.
Yeah. So yes, that is the next event that will be happening February 2nd. The time starts at 4. This will be at AJ Styles Barber and Beauty Salon over here on the west side. And then my next plans is to head towards Rogers Park in Evanston. And if you are tapped in or in regards to what's happening with Evanston, Evanston has given back reparations in some form or shape, form, and fashion. So I definitely would like to be out there in that space just to see what's the energy like and different things of that nature. Maybe I need to move to Evanston or something like that. No, I'm really just low key. I'm ready to move out of the states because there's just so many different things going on. But that's another conversation in itself. But I want to say, because it is 8:24, that this has been a very informative conversation. True, I know you over there listening and different things of that nature. You got any questions that you would like to ask?
Not yet. I'm just listening because I haven't
processed it yet.
I've been to the first conversation before I got here. I'm just
okay, understand.
On what's really going on here.
Okay.
I'm just vibing.
You just vibing.
And also doing some of your camera work over here.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. As I sip on some more wine.
Yeah, true.
True.
Don't you say after you take every sip. True.
You funny. With that though, is there anything else that you would like to share? Because you have the platforms. We are international. We are streaming in 167 countries, different things of that nature. So we got listeners in, I know, Las Vegas, Hawaii, Chicago, Florida, Atlanta, New York, and different things of that nature. So
yeah, definitely. I recently got approved to do a TEDx talk, and
TEDx, that's on my bucket list. I gotta do a TEDx.
Yeah, it's been a major just
congratulations.
Thank you. A year ago, could not have told you that was something that I'd be doing in February of this year. but it all comes from networking. It all comes from just opportunity, being able to spread my message to the right people. The concept is on how your community led to your trajectory and where you are now. So it's literally
Ooh.
falling into all the different paths that I've been through, the way that I was raised, the people that have helped connect me and get me to the platform that I am now. And that'll be free of charge to everybody. Anybody that's in Chicago, it'll be at Rush University. You can go to TEDxRushU, and that's their Instagram tag, TEDxRushU, and register for free if you're in town Friday, the 24th of February. I'd love to have people in the building to support
I would
and
definitely be there.
appreciate that. We're starting to put the notifications on our socials as well at Piggyback Network on IG, Facebook, and what's the other one? TikTok. But it's a chance to just reach as many people as I can, given the platform that supports the message that we're doing about carpooling, about just utilizing your network. We've got so much power behind it, and I want to keep reiterating that we are all pushing forward with one another, not competing, not trying to pull each other down, not trying to say why did they get that and I don't, just trying to push each other together as a unit. And I think
I love it.
this is a perfect time for it. We've got a perfect platform for it. We've got the technology for it, and I'm excited to see what our kids are going to inherit from us.
Yeah, that goes right back to that Legacy 7 that I have going on for myself right now. But you touched on something that, of course, over here, because I'm a fire sign, different things of that nature, in regards to the TED Talk, but your experience, how did it lead you to this? And I already know that I'm gonna have to have a whole separate conversation afterwards because I'm working to my goal is to start working on my doctoral degree
Nice.
and my dissertations and different things of that nature. And it's related to very similar to what you just mentioned. How did we get here?
Yeah.
Um, and this is based off of the communities that we live in and different things of that nature, and comparing that to the other communities and what they're doing versus what we're doing, and different things of that nature. That goes so much deeper in how things are purposely designed.
Yep. Yep.
So I definitely want to have a whole separate conversation because I am looking for individuals to be a part of what I'm doing for the publications. And as you mentioned, we're working towards building a community. So, when I win, you win.
Definitely.
That's the only way I like to operate. I don't like to be around people who have, ill intentions. And
Yeah.
I can spot that out,
It's unfortunate.
No, it's fortunate because I can set my boundaries.
That is true. That's true. Congrats on working towards your.
I ain't enrolled
It's-
into school yet.
Was it,
Now I
but
don't know
it's
which.
but it's up there. Just
Yeah,
it's
I don't know
having it.
which one yet. I don't know
It's
which
having it
one.
up there. My mom got her educational doctorate, and she bounced around in 3 different programs for. I want to say it took her about 12 years to finish, and just setting your mind on it. That's the first step. So,
I mean, I already got the master's degree. It's just the next 2 years and different things of that nature. So I've been putting in the work, being in the community, just working around different Black-owned businesses and just paying attention to the things that are going on and just how to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Ultimately, because that's essentially what
right.
most people do is how we gonna solve the problem.
Yeah. And you've got firsthand experience of the organizations you mentioned before, the Black Mall, the Africa Porter, like all of these different, just monumental in our lifetime movements that are going on. Being
Yeah.
able to see what these groups are doing, with,
And to be a part of it too.
to
So
be a part of it,
not
to be
just
seen
around it, but to be a part of it and also making an impact as well.
Sure.
In everyone's own little unique way, because everyone ultimately is important. Like I mentioned, I'm the heartbeat. So, a lot of people do call or reach out to me to get certain things done and different things of that nature. But I know it's just for the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I'm no more important than the next person at the end of the day. So.
And I think that mentality gets us to where we're going.
Absolutely.
Everyone's a leader and no one's a leader at the same time.
Oh, yes. Every leader knows when to follow.
Yep.
Every leader knows when to follow, but still know that they're a leader in their own right.
This wine is making me wiser, dude.
Okay, true. Like,
I'm dropping some.
Hey, you dropping some,
wine.
a lot of gems.
dropping some gems over
I'm
here.
about to give you an offer.
Carry this on stage with me at the TEDx. Make sure
Oh man, go ahead.
Yeah, so I definitely want to be in a space for the TEDx, not only to be supportive because, I got to manifest me seeing myself on the stage and different things of that nature. Being in a space is just one thing, but,
yeah.
just.
And that speaks to so many things. I started off speaking just as anybody that would invite me to a career day. Anytime I got to speak to specifically public school kids, where I come from a public school system in Chicago, they really need to see
Us.
just somebody that came from the seats that they're sitting in and what they chose to do, and sometimes to know, hey, I don't have it figured out already. Sometimes to say, hey, look, I figured it out, but it changed. Sometimes to say, success looks totally different now at my age than it did 10,
20 years ago.
Exactly. And to know that someone's looking at them and encouraging them to keep going and manifesting
to follow their dreams.
Yeah, to have a dream. Just
that part right there, to have the dream.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that are going on. And I will just sharing my experience as being a teacher of different things of that nature. There's so many things that the youth have going on from their family. Either, the drugs in the family, the mom isn't really doing too much, the father isn't around, they may end up pregnant, or the girl that they are involved with, it may end up pregnant for the guys, different things of nature. The street life in itself, proving that you
experience,
a whole experience, trying to prove that you're the tough guy or the alpha amongst, the betas or the omegas and different things of that nature, or those who are just weak. Like, I've seen it all, and I've lived it too, all at the same time. But just to see that and be someone to be a light worker is what I'll say. To be a light worker and show them, hey, I know exactly what you're going through. I've been there. Don't think just because you may see me dress fly, whatever. I dress because, I like to make myself feel good. What Richard Pryor say? I like to shine, baby. I like to shine. But yeah, just those different things are so important. So if you have the opportunity to give back to the youth, and make sure that you do so. And I'm not just speaking of that here in this room. I'm speaking for just in general, because they need us just as much as we need them. They are the next generation. So
certainly, and a lot of them looking for mentors in different fashions, and
all of that.
Even though you may not feel you're qualified,
you are.
You are definitely.
You definitely are qualified. Well, this has been a really great conversation. I want to thank you again for coming on the show and sharing a little bit more of, well, not sharing a little bit more, but sharing who you are, what you do, how individuals can invest into the opportunity. So with that, I want you to go ahead and just announce how people can follow you on Instagram, Facebook, or if they're looking to become an angel investor. Please share that information.
Sure thing. So one last time, we are on Instagram and Facebook at Piggyback Network, all one word, Piggyback Network. And the email, if you want to directly reach myself and my co-founder, is concierge, CONCIERGE, at piggybacknetwork.com. And then also, if you're ready to invest or look over our platform on WeFunder, we are at wefunder.com/piggyback network, all one word.
Awesome. Again, I greatly appreciate you. True, I know you are over there doing a little bit recording, but we are truly enjoying your wine. I have officially, true, I have officially brought another customer to you. You know what I'm saying? So, Go ahead and announce how individuals can get in contact with you. And while you do that, can you pass the bottle?
Okay, well, in that case, again, it's truewinechicago.com.
True.
Again, it's truewinechicago.com. That's TRUEWINE Chicago. CHICAGO.com.
Now, did you go to public school? Because you struggled
You know
a little
what?
bit over there.
I did go to public school. Chicago public school. So shit, I ain't afraid to say I went. But I went up north though, so I kind of got a little bit more smarter than the regular out west school. So, but yeah, I forgot my train of thought.
We talking about how to get in contact with you, man.
True Winery on all social medias. Again, it's True Winery. TRUEWINERY. Also, again, you can actually also
purchase your wine.
Purchase it at 2 new locations.
Ooh, we got new locations dropping. You ain't said when was this? This a whole new announcement.
And distribution.
Yeah, first new location actually is why you're getting your hair done.
Ooh.
And so is that 50,
you smart.
5434 West Madison Street at the beauty salon. You can go in there, ask to purchase a bottle from any stylist in there.
What was that address again?
5434 West Madison Street.
Chicago. Oh, I was finna say that's like you said Madison. I'm like that's just right down the street from Vegan World Cafe, but that's on North
Avenue yet.
Yeah, I know that's on North Avenue.
I'm trying to get North Avenue. So.
I just heard the numbers. So
yeah, 5434 West Madison Street. You can go in there, ask for Naya, ask for Moniz, and then they'll help you out with a bottle of true wine. Also, you can go to Massage Boutique, which is on the south side at 1311 16th Street. I think that is south side.
It's the South Loop area. Okay,
so
that ain't technically the south side yet. You won't get on the south side till you get past the 30s, man.
Well, you can do that. She actually has a booth there on suite number 4. You can go in there, get a massage, and get you a bottle of wine. You can also sample it while you're in there before you buy it. So you can go in there and sample my wine, and while you're getting the sample, you can purchase a bottle. Either way, you can purchase a bottle at both locations. And then also, shout out to Pandora. They just signed me.
Oh yes, congratulations on that for getting signed with Pandora.
I actually want to tell you guys what I'm going to be doing with them.
Yes.
They're actually going to be streaming my show from YouTube to their platforms on certain nights.
Yes.
And then also I'll be doing some design work for charms and stuff. So
congrats. Nice. Congratulations.
Shout out to Pandora.
Yeah, shout out to Pandora, and also shout out to you because I'm glad you did that after Mercury retrograde. That means a lot. During Mercury retrograde, you are not supposed to sign no agreements or new contracts or no new nothing.
Oh yeah, I know.
But anyway, shout out to you in regards to that. Don't do that. Don't be that person. But yes, I think that is major. I have questions, different things of that nature.
Oh no, that's fine.
But yes, I'm super excited to see that and that growth. And I'm going to go ahead and drop how you can get in contact with me. Again, my name is Chrissy with a K, Krissy. The Heartbeats. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. With that, some of my upcoming events that I have. One is this weekend where I'll be helping fundraise funds for our first world-class melanated 20-year-old world skater. He is number 1 in USA and 4th place in Paris.
Oh, man.
He international. So we're raising funds for the next competition that will be happening this year in 2023. So if you are available this weekend, we are going to another Black-owned space. That is the Rink at 1122 East 87th Street. And I'm super excited to go because they have renovated the space and made some changes. And I just been excited to go skating. So, me and my baby, we going to be out there skating, having a good time,
Right.
getting a little exercise in. And then with that next week, Tuesday on January 31st, I am hosting my first event of the year, which will be the Lux Social. And this is where Black businesses, or, our Black and brown, or like minded individuals, and we don't discriminate, if you are of other race, but you have to understand that it's us first and that you're just coming in to collaborate. You will not be in control, okay? I have to make sure that you are aware of that. You will not.
Sounds like that's a story behind it.
I know, right?
Yeah, the story is just that we have lived enough of you trying to be in control, trying to tell us how we should live when everything that you know about life is through us. What are you saying?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You come from me, not the other way around. White and white does not make black. Sorry. I love y'all, but all at the same time. Look, as I bat my eyes and sip my wine.
It's the eyes for me.
But yes, with that, the next event will be Tuesday, January 31st. Doors open at 6 p.m. The event officially kicks off at 7 o'clock, and we will be going until 10 p.m. And again, this is for like-minded individuals who just understand that we are working towards building a legacy, and we are being intentional about what it is that we are doing, because as I always say, that we are reliving the 1920s, and this is Black Wall Street all over again. So it's better for us to work together than trying to be individualized, how America has set things up in regards to being individualistic. That's not how we as melanated people operate. We all understand just who we are and everybody's particular role and how we can come together. So with that, if you are available, come out to the Lux B Social, which will be at 358 East 47th Street. Okay, that is right across the street from the historical Harold Washington Culture Center near King Drive. So you can't miss it. Again, it's 358 East 47th Street. All right. So,
Gallery Bouchard?
huh?
Is that Gallery Bouchard?
No, that Gallery Bouchard is on the east of King Drive. Where we're located is west. We're right by Peaches,
I got you.
which is also another Black-owned space, and as well as the gallery that you mentioned is Black-owned. Black excellence everywhere.
It's actually getting deep now.
Yeah.
I know, and I love it. I love it.
I love your business card, man.
You cannot stop us. That's one thing for sure. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna end the show. And let me see. I got 2 songs up. I got Jay-Z and Kanye West, Otis, or Kendrick Lamar, Money Trees.
I might have to go with Otis.
Yeah, Otis.
Otis?
In the building.
Gotcha. Now Otis is what it's gonna be, okay?
Them two goats right there.
And one of them, of course, is Chicago's very own.
Trendsetter.
Hey, good night, y'all. Peace and love. I hope you enjoyed the show, because I know I did. And with that, peace out.
Thanks for having me, Drew.
Thank you, Chris.
True.
True.
That's gonna be the hashtag. Hashtag me, please.
Sorry.
We sound so sorry, don't you agree? I invented sweat. Popping bottles, putting supermodels in the cab. Proof. I guess I got my swagger back. Truth, new wax alert. Few blows, or the big face rolly, I got 2 of those. All my with the blue city, I'm a new slow. Cut back, snap back, see my cut through the holes. Go easy and hold, where the hell you been? Niggas talking real reckless, stuck man. I adopt these niggas, put them coming in. Now I'm about to make them tuck they own summer in. They say I'm crazy, but I'm about to go dumb again. They ain't see me